My name is Anna Oler. I am the co-owner and operator of Bright Lane Gardens, a small event venue, a boutique plant nursery, and botanical gardens located in northern Michigan. This is my first experience with a small business. Previous to this, I managed in healthcare administration in a variety of settings from inpatient to outpatient and laboratory, as well as an operations manager for a digital marketing team. Over the course of my experience, I have onboarded nearly 100 new hires. And while I would love to say that my onboarding process is down to a science at this point, I feel like it is still constantly evolving and it is adaptable to meet the needs of any new hire in any industry that I'm working in. These are the top 5 tips I have for a successful onboarding process. Tip number 1, set the tone for your company's culture right off the bat. Your first impression matters immensely, and it will define how a new hire treats you and how seriously they take their role. If your company is regimented and dominated by a hierarchy, make sure that these rules are clearly defined from day one so that there are no surprises down the road. If your company is more autonomous and flexible, define where that flexibility is and what boundaries are still in place. This will set up your new hire for success while also incorporating them into your company's culture right away. Tip number 2, if you are the new hire's direct manager, definitely carve out some time to spend one-on-one with the new hire during their first week of employment. As a manager, I know how crazy busy our schedules are and how unpredictable they can be from day to day. However, investing this time in your team is so important when it comes to employee satisfaction and retention. You want to make sure that you are accessible and approachable to any new hire that starts on your team. No matter how busy I am, I always make sure I set aside time to take our new hire out to lunch during their first week. To me, this is a way that I can get to know them a little bit better, they can get to know me a little bit better, and right away I established how much I value them as a new addition to our team. My third tip is perhaps the one that I think is most important if you're looking to hire for longevity and employee retention. I like to call this the personal component of my onboarding process. I have the technical component where I'm training them on the software and the products that we use, and I have the personal component where I am teaching them this is how our company culture is. These are the members of your team that you're going to get to know over the next few years. This is who I am. The personal component of my onboarding process is exceptionally important because it is directly linked to how long my team members will remain on my team. And as we all know, hiring costs time and money. So we want to make sure that we're hiring the right candidates and retaining them when they're a good fit. You should be the one to personally introduce your new hire to the rest of your current team. Take the time to make introductions and help make your new hire feel welcomed and important. The longevity of any employee is directly linked to how integrated they feel with your current team. If you want longevity out of your employees, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of the relationships that they establish in your office or on your team. Invest in this. It will be worth it. Tip number 4, have a basic task or a set of tasks that can be completed by your new hire in their first week of employment. We've all been the new person before, and it is overwhelming to say the least. You can't do anything independently, you're still getting trained on 16 different things at once, and you just don't feel useful. It's really important that your new hire feels welcomed, useful, and important from the get-go. Identifying some simple tasks that can be completed with very little training can help set them up for success. It will encourage them to reach out to their coworkers, it will encourage them to learn the systems more thoroughly, and it will also give them this sense of independence and usefulness from the start. Once their training continues into the following weeks, you can slowly add more tasks to their list, and this will also help to remove some of that burden from the rest of your team members. My fifth and final tip is also one that I strongly believe in, and that is to do a 90-day check-in with your new hire. I treat this almost like an interview, but really what I'm interviewing for is how did my onboarding process go for you? Did I miss any steps? Did I give you the tools that you need to do your job and do it well? Even when an employee is fully trained, they may feel clumsy or less fluent in their role than someone that has been there for many years. Check in after 90 days or so and take some time to sit down one-on-one with your new hire. Some of my go-to questions that I like to ask during my 90-day check-ins include, do you have all the tools that you need to perform your job? Do you feel comfortable and welcomed on our team? Is there any additional training that would help make you more successful in your role? Are there any additional tasks that you're interested in learning about or taking on? All of these questions are very open-ended, and they can really give you insight into how comfortable your new hire is feeling or how satisfied they are with their job. And it can even give you the opportunity to identify if your new hire is perhaps a little overqualified for what they're doing and capable of taking on additional tasks. Come into these interviews with an open mind and be flexible on what your expectations might be. You just might learn something about your new hire, and you'll definitely learn something about your own onboarding process. I've had a lot of success with my onboarding processes using these 5 tips. My top goal for any onboarding process, especially in the healthcare realm, is definitely longevity. It is so hard to hire. It takes a lot of time and energy, and it costs money. So when I invest in hiring and onboarding an individual, I want to make sure it's for the long haul. Following these 5 tips can really increase the longevity of your team and, of course, increase that employee satisfaction. Thank you so much for listening to me today. I appreciate it.